Welcome to Eyes Open Media. Alright, so the revaluation is coming soon for the Iraqi dinar, and other currencies are going to increase as well. We don't know which ones. Well, of course, we have the list of names of which ones we think are going to be, but no one knows for certain, okay? But I wanted to talk about why we don't want to see a $3 rate right away. Okay, I think it's dangerous to see that right away. Anyways, for Iraq, because of the situations that they're in. Now, of course, behind the scenes, they probably have a lot of things done. They're not telling us a lot of things, and they're probably way better off than we ever can imagine. Okay, but they put out things that make it look like they're not well off, or they're not this, or they're not communicating, or whatever the case may be. But either way, we don't want to see a $3 rate right off the bat. First of all, a $3 rate off the bat will bring everybody into the banks almost at one time. We don't want to see that. We don't want that. We don't want everybody at the banks at the same time, at the banks, exchange stores, or airports, or wherever you can exchange your currency at. Okay, we don't want to see that. So that's why a $3 rate will not be good, okay, for the revaluation right off the top, okay? Now, of course, we know that's not going to happen. We know the Lord has told us that it will come out and then it will free float to about 3 plus in about 2 to 3 weeks, okay? But I'm just telling you why I don't like a $3 rate up front, because some gurus are still saying, it's going to come out at 3. We know that that's way too. If you come out at $3 plus already, there's nowhere else to go. Okay, so I don't think Iraq's going to do that. Okay, and other articles are saying that they wanted to get the 1-to-1 and then 3-to-1. It is what it is. But either way, we don't want to see a $3 rate, because we don't want everybody at the banks at one time. Okay, because that's exactly what's going to happen. Because everybody's going to rush to the banks to try to cash in, or not cash in, but exchange, and that will create confusion. Okay, also, if we see a $3 rate, how long will it stay at $3? You see what I'm saying? Will it be 1 to 2, 1 week, and everybody's crashing into the banks to try to make sure they get their rate before it starts to head back down? Okay, so we don't want that. We want to see somewhere between 30 cents, 50 cents, 1-to-1, 86 cents, somewhere around there, and then watch it free float to 3 plus. Why? Because then everybody comes into the banks on their own time. The banks will not be filled with people trying to cash out on one location at the same time. Okay, and also we get rid of those that cannot stand this investment anymore, and they want out. And that's what the elites want. They want those people that want out right now, and they'll get them out. Okay, so they got them out with the 50K note to sell back. Okay, and then they're scaring them with this 1,500 rate or whatever that they're ruminating around. But of course, everybody's denying the rate, so they're scaring them right now. Okay, to sell at the prices it is right now. But once it revalues, they're gonna come out low. Okay, probably 1-to-1 or lower, or maybe 40 cents, 30 cents. Okay, even at that price, a lot of people are going to get rid of this thing immediately. Okay, because they're going to think that it might go down. They don't pray. They don't listen to the right people. They don't pray. They don't do any of that. So they're going to see it go to 30 cents, 50 cents, and they're going to go right to the bank, make mistakes, sign NDAs, and they're going to lose everything. Okay, they're not going to make any money. 30 cents. If you got 2 million dinars at 30 cents, is $600,000, right? So you got $600,000 after taxes and whatever the taxes may be, income tax. I don't even know how the taxes even work for this thing. Okay, for the currency, I have no clue. But you pay taxes. Okay, and that's maybe 20%, 25%, 28%. Who knows? And then boom, you're down like 400 grand, okay, or something around there, about 450, whatever the case may be, and it's at 30 cents. you could have waited to it for it to go to 3 plus, and that 2 million dinar would have been what 6 million plus, right? So people are going to make this type of mistake, and then you're going to go in there and you're going to get your $600 that you think you're now a millionaire, which you're not, because you only got 600,000. You don't care. You just wanted to get rid of the currency. Then you got to pay taxes, and it goes down. Then you might pay the spread, and then you might pay a 1% transaction fee. Then and then you might sign an NDA, and then they might freeze your account. You see what I'm saying? So we do not want a $3 rate, because that will cause confusion. Okay, we want it to come out low and then free float up to 3 plus. Okay, because then we can get rid of over 70% of those people internationally, especially in America, holding dinars, will go to the banks and they will make all the mistakes. And we can just learn from those people's mistakes, okay? Number one, of course, don't sign an NDA regardless of what they say. Number two, you shouldn't be paying a spread, okay? If you're paying a spread, then that's on you. You want to pay the spread, it's on you, but you shouldn't have to pay a spread. Do you have to pay a 1% transaction fee? Probably, yeah. Okay, cool. You pay the 1% so the bank can get their money, but you should not have to pay a spread, okay? What else? That's why you should have a lawyer with you as well if you want to. You shouldn't have to pay a spread, and you shouldn't sign an NDA. You should only pay that 1% if they're gonna do a 1% for you. What else? And you shouldn't go into the bank early, because it's going to free float all the way up, and you're missing millions of dollars. You waited this long, you can wait another week or two as you watch your money climb into the millions. Now that's exciting, okay? But people are not going to do that. 70% of the people are going to sell right away, and that's what the elites want them to do. So they're going to try to bring it out low. I'll be surprised if they bring it out at 1-to-1. Okay, they would love to bring it out at 40 cents, 30 cents, 50 cents, okay, and then free float it up, okay? So if it comes out 1-to-1, 86 cents 1-to-1, that's fine, okay? 1-to-1, if you want to go into 1-to-1, that's your business. 1-to-1 is a fabulous return, okay? But we know it's going to 3 plus, so hey, looking at 3 plus and 1-to-1, you're like, what in the world? I just lost a lot of money, okay? So, yeah, so if it comes out at 30 cents, don't even budge. Don't even move. Okay, and just watch your money start to climb and climb and climb. Celebrate that it started. Okay, you should be celebrating that it started, and then watch your money climb. Okay, all the way to 3 plus. But I'm telling you, 70% of the people that hold this money are going to go straight to the bank, sign NDAs, pay a spread, do all these things with no lawyer, no nothing, and they're gonna lose everything. They probably walk away with either nothing because they signed an NDA, and they're going to freeze their account saying that they said something, okay, or they what do you call it? They didn't approve them of holding the money, or some bull crap, okay, because they signed that NDA. They can say when you sign that NDA, they can say anything they want to say about you and freeze your account. You'll never see that money, okay, and he'll go right to the government. Okay, that's one way they're going to steal people's money. Another thing is, if you don't sign the NDA, you go in early and you pay the spread, and you pay all this other bull crap, and you're in early, and then you got to pay your taxes, and boom, there you go. You get left with nothing. Okay, you thought it was a great investment, you went in too early, and then you're left with nothing. Okay, so you're left with about 400,000, which is still a good amount of money to sit in your savings account, I guess, and just grow interest in it, and maybe take a little bit out and for you to have fun. But you're still gonna have to work. You still got to do everything that you were doing before, and you waited that long. So don't make that mistake. All right. So that's all I'm gonna say. We don't want to see a $3 rate, because we don't want confusion and massive amount of people going in, because they know if it comes at a 3, it's not going to stay there very long, so they got to exchange quickly. Okay, so we don't want to see that. We want to see it come out low and free float all the way up. That way we can watch people make mistakes, and we can learn from those people's mistakes, and we can make better decisions. Okay. Also, so we can get the $3 rate with no problems. By the time it gets to $3, most of the people are going to be out by then, and we're in the banks with nobody in there. Okay. So that's what we want to see, and thank God that we pray. Thank God that we know God and we know exactly what's going to happen. And a lot of people don't, because they don't want to pray. They don't want to know God, and they're going to go in and they're going to make the mistakes, and they're going to lose everything, and they're going to wish they never got involved, because there goes 10 years or 5 years of investing and you got nothing because they froze your account. And they said that you were talking while you signed the NDA. Currency 3